Welcome, everybody. Everybody's really quiet.
Just waking up.
Yeah, right. What's up, Giovanni? Your speaker arm broke. That sucks. On a Quest 2 or a Quest 3? Yeah, that's like a really common issue on the 3s. We see that a lot. It's kind of unfortunate that they went with the design that they did. Because you could have just kept the Quest 2 design, except for the fact that they wanted to run the charge port through the speaker, but that just seems like it's just caused so many issues. Hello, Mr. Camo. Oh, thanks for subbing. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Everybody's part of the community. Oh, thanks, Hein. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I love this little community that we're building. Have you guys checked out my drop video yet? You guys seen that one? That's awesome. I had a lot of fun making it, so. Oh. You haven't seen that one? What? Yeah, we dropped a Quest 2 from like 16 feet up in the air off a ladder to see if it would break. So it was a lot of fun to make. What's up, Patriotic? What is going on here?
Get you together.
I need to get it together. Trying to get some music going. The problem with these is there's all this glass. We don't want it in the sensor if we can help it. So my lenses on my 3 are like foggy. I tried wiping the lenses and the cameras off to make it better. Didn't work. Is there like moisture in the lenses? There's probably not moisture in the lenses. I'd have to see a picture of your lenses to determine it, but it sounds like, I mean, are they damaged? Like, do they look foggy when you look at them or only when you look through them? Not damaged, just look through them. It's a little unusual. It would be strange for there to be moisture in there because those lenses are vacuum sealed. Like there's no gap for moisture like there is with like the Valve Index lenses or the HTC5 lenses. I used to see that a lot more on the Valve Index lenses, but I don't really see it with the Quest 3 lenses. Moisture getting in there. It'd be uncommon. Probably not impossible, but definitely uncommon. I do charge my headset over a vent, however. I don't know if it's maybe something. It's possible. Oops. Try to text this emoji. Hey, Mr. Camo, don't delete comments unless they're like really vulgar or stop deleting comments. If they're spamming, that's one thing. But if they're just saying stuff and it's not harmful, then don't worry about it. Well, I don't think that's really vulgar, is it? Maybe he is a commie. You don't know. Some people don't think of that as an insult. My headset has a damaged glass. I pinned the camera. I think it's a protector. Interesting. Hey, can you listen to my McDonald's diss track I just made? McDonald's diss track, huh? Let's take a look here. Now, here's the tricky part of the job. Do you play mixed reality games? I don't really play games as much as I wish that I did, to be honest with you. How do people break them? Running into walls. My week was good. We got a good video out yesterday, so I'm happy with that video. We did a drop test on a Quest 2. Yeah, if you've not seen the video yet, please, go check out the video. We worked real hard on it. You guys ready for the magic trick? This is the magic trick. This is how you do this. Put this right here. And then we're going to lift up on everything else. And if that adhesive is soft enough, which it's not, almost there. I've not seen an announcement for the Quest 4. I'd be really surprised if they did. They just put out the 3S. Preston, can you fact check that for me? Did they do anything about the MetaQuest 4? I'm not seeing anything about it. It's not to say it didn't happen.
I feel like it was not really an announcement.
Somebody was talking about it. I think this works better on the other ones, because there's not nearly as much adhesive. These are glass, so you got to be really careful pulling them out because they'll crack. I might crack this one. You guys want to watch me crack this?
I don't see anything specifically.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my end. Lies, rumors, deceit.
Launch date next year, October.
Is the Quest 3 repair friendly? Kind of depends on the repair you're doing. I wouldn't recommend doing this. This is kind of a nuisance. Anything to do with the lenses is kind of a nuisance. Look at how clean that is. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. And then anything to do with the speaker arms and the charge port is kind of a nuisance. It's definitely way less repair friendly than the Quest 2 was, that's for sure. How can you fix tracking loss? If you have a tracking loss error, it's probably a broken camera. Or a sensor, like the depth sensor, that would cause it. You can send it to me and I'll fix it for you. That's kind of what we do around here. Fix things. Mostly headsets. Oh, we got a bunch of people in here now. Welcome to the party, everybody. If you guys haven't checked out my latest video where I drop test a Quest 2, it was a lot of fun to make, so it always helps me out if you guys go, check it out and watch it and stuff. How do you fix stick drift? Stick drift's easy. You just replace the joystick. I've made lots of videos on how to fix stick drift. So it's a really common problem. Most people will have stick drift at some point. Hello. How's it going, Dem? Bro, I just realized I was 4 seconds from the live, so the things were delayed. I skipped it to the live. Oh. And now you're here with the rest of us. Yeah, I think if the Quest 2 drop test video does well, then we'll probably do a Quest 3. So if you have not watched that video yet, go like it and share it and all that good stuff, because that's all the motivation I need to do a Quest 3 one. Sat too close to the heater on the left side of my Quest got all glitchy and would have a white screen. Ugh, that doesn't sound fun. Sat too close to a heater? right. How did you learn to fix VR headsets? Honestly, I just started doing it one day. You just start fixing things, and then you fix more things, and then people bring you more things to fix, and then before long you're doing this. It's kind of funny how things work out sometimes. What's wrong with this? Well, it had a broken like front depth sensor glass, so we just fixed it. Just installed some new glass in on there, and then now we get to make sure that it works. Those depth sensors are kind of weird, so if I didn't do it right, then we'll have a tracking lost issue. What's the worst, best advice you ever got? Like in relation to VR repairs, or just like broadly speaking? All right. It's hard for you guys to see this because the way that the phone is, but we're tracking. That's all we needed. Is the Quest 3 harder to fix than the 2 or the 3S? The Quest 3 is way harder to fix than the Quest 2. And the 3S is not that bad. I would say the 2 is the easiest, the 3 is the hardest, and the 3S is somewhere in the middle, for sure. I have an issue on my left speaker. It keeps crackling and peaking, even at the lowest volume. Probably have a loose ground wire. The speakers, they have 2 wires. I don't know if I've got a speaker in front of me. I have a wire. This is a speaker wire, but it's got 2 wires. One's the positive and one's the ground. So if that comes loose or that connection comes loose on your board, then you'll get that crackling issue. It's very common. It could be a blown driver on the speaker, but that's less common. It's more common than just the wire. Hi, it's me again. I sent you my Oculus 3S with 2 marks on the speaker arms. It's about 3 weeks since. Where do you say to go again? Oh, just reach out to us, info at fixmyoculus.com. So we did get a little bit behind this past week because me and my business partner went to Houston for the Industrial Immersive Conference. So it was like a VR XR conference in Houston. And it was a lot of fun. We met a lot of cool people. So a lot of people who are working in VR and XR in ways that I really never contemplated. So like people are using VR and like mixed reality headsets for things that like are totally different than what most people are using it for. Do you recommend buying a MetaQuest 3? Yeah, I love the MetaQuest 3. Do you think you could pay someone to switch the 3S lenses to pancake lenses, or is that impossible? It's impossible. You could swap the lenses out, but it wouldn't change the way that the LCD is. And because the Quest 3 is a dual LCD with a convex mirror, and the Quest 3S and the Quest 2 are single panel LCD with no reflective components inside, it's a little bit different. Basically, the pancake lens relies on that convex mirror and the dual LCD design in order to function and do what it does, where the traditional like Fresnel lenses do most of the heavy lifting on the Quest 3 and the 3S. They do all the reflective technology is in here. They refract the light in a certain way that makes, see how that's upside down? See how if I look at that, let me see here. See how that fan's upside down? Right side up, upside down? Well, inside the Quest 3, there is a mirror that does that job for the Quest 3. No mirror, no flipping the image. Optics are weird. Can you change the Snapdragon 2 to a Snapdragon 8? Maybe. If we could get the tools from Qualcomm, then it could probably be done. Oh, goodness. Don't do that. Slipped out of my hand. What's the difference between the 3S or the 3? It's mostly the optics, mostly that LCD and the lenses. The processor and the RAM and the GPU are all the same. Oh, thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that. Now it's going to take me forever to line that back up. All right. Where did my super suit go? After you screw it, it will be done. Yeah. Yeah, we're almost done here. I saw Broken 3 for like $190. Do you want to give it a try? Yeah, you can send it in to me. I don't know how much money you'd save, but you can always buy a broken one and then send it in, and maybe I can fix it for $100, and then you just got yourself a Quest 3 for like whatever, $300 or something. So that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. You win, I win. My brother got mad and brought his headset outside and ran it over with his car. Jesus. That's a little extreme. Does he have anger issues? Is it morning or night where you live? It's like noon. It's like 12:20. How's your day been? I feel like not enough people care about that. My day's been pretty good. I'm here hanging out with you guys, which I always like. It's like my favorite thing to do is hang out with you guys. Do you repair Quest 1s? Yeah, definitely. Not as much as we used to. I mean, they're not that popular of a headset compared to the other models, but I'll fix them. Yeah, 1220 CST, that's correct. What regular household item can I use to pry off my 3S faceplate? You can just use your fingers to pull off the 3S faceplate. The problem is you need a screwdriver to unlatch it. So there's 6 T2 screws that are on the faceplate or on the face shield, like the black panel, where your face sits. And then there's another 5 screws on the inside that hold the faceplate in. After those 5 screws come out, you can just get your fingers in there. I have a Quest 3S teardown video, so you can watch that. So just be careful. I have a tendency to make these things look kind of easy because I do them all the time. But, I always like to recommend using a great deal of caution if you're doing self-repairs, because you don't want to damage it any worse than it's already damaged. If you're feeling unsure of yourself, like, oh man, maybe I'm a little over my head here, then just send it in to me, because I'd love to help out. I'm removing the ribbon on my Quest 2 controller. Too risky. I'm trying to replace the sticks. You shouldn't need to remove the ribbon to replace the sticks, unless are you talking about removing the ribbon from the motherboard and those latches so you can get to the joystick? I would just watch one of my tutorial videos. I've got a pretty, I think, comprehensive video on joystick repair for just about every Quest model. I've done a joystick replacement for the 3, the 3S, the Quest Pro, and the 2, obviously, and the 1 actually. Now the Rift S, like original touch controllers. Yeah, you almost got 70 people watching. I know this is a big live. I appreciate everybody jumping in here, being a part of the team. If you guys haven't checked out my latest video where I drop test a Quest 2, that was a lot of fun to make, and I really want to do another drop test video for the 3. So in order for me to do that video, you guys have to go watch it and like it and stuff, and comment, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then, I can justify the cost of, breaking a Quest 3, because I don't think that the Quest 3 is as durable as the 2 is. I think I'm probably going to end up breaking the 3 if I do a drop test on it. So it always helps me out if you guys go check that out. Do you do this full time? If so, is it profitable? Yep, I do this full time. This is our business, and we do okay. We repair about as much as we want to. We're a small business, so there's only so many hands to go around. So I think we have all the business that we need. To answer your question, it is profitable. But it's not like I'm over here making millions and millions of dollars. I have enough to put bread on the table. Should I send my Quest 3 in for repair? And if so, approximately how much for the speaker? repair is about 150 bucks on the Quest 3. It kind of depends on what's wrong with it. Like if it's just the mounting ring, then that's cheaper. If the speaker wire is broken and I've got to repair that, that adds a little bit of cost. If the charge port's damaged, that adds a little bit of cost. So we have different options on our website to try to accommodate the different repairs that we've seen. And if you're seeing something that doesn't match your case, you can always just email us on our website, or you just submit a shipping label request, and somebody can kind of help talk through your problem with you. Yeah, this headset started out. It came to me. It had this broken depth sensor, so I just fixed it. So you're kind of catching the tail end of the repair if you're just jumping in. Where are we at here? Oh, got to use my long screwdriver. How good is the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor? I've not tried it yet, so I couldn't speak to it personally, but I've heard really good things. So I'd like to see it in a headset. That would be cool. But maybe the Quest 4 will come out with a nicer processor. So I'm hoping that Meta starts really putting some money into the hardware, because I can tell you from personal experience, most of the hardware in these headsets is older, and not just because the headsets are getting older, but like it was older at the time because they needed to save money on some things. Like the Quest 2 cameras, which is also used in the Quest 3 right here. This camera right here is the same camera that they use in the Quest 2s, and it's the same camera in the Quest Pro controllers actually, and all of those cameras were originally designed for Samsung Galaxy phones. So they're not super fancy. See here. How much do you think a fan replacement on an Oculus 3 would probably cost if I replace it myself? I think you get the fan on my website for like 30 bucks, 25 bucks. I'm not sure exactly, but if you did it yourself, then whatever the cost of the part is, and maybe you need a screwdriver set, so like $10 or $20 for the screwdrivers. Do those bottom cameras see in color? No, the only cameras that see in color are these top two cameras. This camera, that camera, that camera, and that camera are all tracking cameras. And then these are your two full color pass-through cameras. That's why a lot of people ask me like, oh, could you swap out the Quest 2 tracking cameras for full color cameras? And it's like, not really, because they do entirely different jobs. I think one of the things that people forget is like, this doesn't just have 3 cameras in it or 4 cameras in it. It's actually got 6 cameras in it, plus the depth sensor, which is which is LiDAR. And it's the combination of all those things that allows it to have the full color pass through. Is it true that the Quest 3S can track in the dark? Yes, it can track in the dark with hand tracking. Your controllers emit infrared light. That's what those diodes are, what those ribbon strips are. Right here, these diodes, they emit infrared light. So the infrared emitters on the headset will deactivate if your controllers are detected. But if you're just tracking with your hands, then those lights turn on in the dark, and you can just play in the dark with your hands. Can you give me a MetaQuest 3S, please, please? Why would I do that? Maybe a giveaway. Yeah, we are going to do another giveaway here soon. So if you guys aren't subscribed and you haven't checked out our last giveaways, if you haven't been a part of those, we do a giveaway like once every 4 to 6 weeks. We've been kind of falling behind because we've just been busy with other things, but we are going to launch a new giveaway here in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. I kind of put out a poll on the YouTube community page about what our giveaway should be. I think the options were a Quest 3, a Quest 3S, a Pimax Crystal Super, and a gaming PC. So if any of those things interest you, go vote. Can you tell me if you can fix my left pass-through camera? It's just showing green. Yeah. Well, I had a lot of people who reached out about the Pimax when I did my like field of view video and said that we should do a giveaway for one. So I put that as an option, but it is not winning. There's not a whole lot of people who voted for the Pimax. I think the Quest 3 is winning by like 50 something percent. So, and then yeah, the gaming PC's in second place, but it's like it's a big gap between the Quest 3 and the gaming PC. But if you want a gaming PC, you can go vote, and if it wins, then that's what we'll give away. Why are my fans not turning on? It's probably because there's something lodged in that fan. I don't think I've got one sitting right in front of me to show you, but yeah, I don't have one sitting right in front of me to show you. But the fans, they get things stuck in them. It's very common, especially on the Quest 3s. And then sometimes those burn the motor out. I wish I had one right in front of me, but I don't. But yeah, I would just, I would, if you sent it in to me, probably what I would do is I would open it up and just see if there's anything going on in there. And then we would just take that out. And if the fan's damaged, then we would replace the fan. So I see it all the time. It's very common with the Quest 3s for some reason. Where can I send my quests? You can check out our website. It's fixmyoculus.com. If I hear my fan like start to move, but then it stops, I'm not sure what that means. Hey, my question, say turn on your lights, tracking is gone, but my lights are on. You probably have an issue with one of your cameras. That's very common. It's a very common problem to have. I always like to clean these up for people if I can. Just seems like the nice thing to do. Have another. People ask me all the time about how to clean their quests, and a lot of people use like baby wipes or Clorox wipes. But the trouble that you get into with a Clorox wipe or a baby wipe is that those are water based. So if you get those into the USB-C port or onto the charging pins or into the volume jack or the volume button or the audio jack, then it could cause some real problems. So isopropyl alcohol, I use 99% isopropyl alcohol and a magic eraser. And that seems to work really, really well. Giant orange spot. How'd that happen? I don't know. It's probably just somebody grabbed it with Cheeto hands or something. Happens all the time. Just dirty right here. Can you pair Quest 2 controllers to the Quest 3S? No. Unfortunately, the only headset that the Quest 2 controllers work with is the Quest 2. You can do the Pro controllers, which is actually, that's a fun fact. You can't use the Quest Pro controllers on the Quest 3S. You can only use the Quest 3 controllers on the Quest 3S. So they didn't allow for that for some reason. Made an executive decision at some point. Where are those sensors that see if you're wearing the headset or not so prone to water damage? They all look closed up to me. So this one is I guess the one that senses whether you're not or you're there or not. I call it the proximity sensor. Proximity here. It really just it emits a little bit of infrared light, and you can see it actually if you look at it through a Quest 2. You can see that it's just a little blinking infrared lights, and if that's not working or water gets in there, then yeah, that'll get damaged, and your headset will have like a black screen of death issue. So that's fairly common. Let me see. That repair is done, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Let's see what else we got here. Check that out. That was gnarly looking. What is the address of your business? You can get that on our website. So just go to fixmyoculus.com, and you can send us a request for a shipping label. Thanks, Crimson. I appreciate that. I think that's a compliment. Why would you do this? This is just like hot glue or something. It's just, look at this. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I always recommend. Just replace the stick. Oh, see you, Giovanni. Yeah, thanks for joining the stream, everybody. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out my latest video where I drop test a Quest 2, that video was a lot of fun. So, so I hope everybody enjoys it. Yeah, it can, but I'm just gonna replace these. I'm just gonna replace this whole outer shell frame. So I'm not even worried about the glue, honestly. My friend's Oculus is the one that's showing green. How much will it be to cost to fix my Oculus? The left speaker arm mounting part. I would say send us some pictures on our website. You can just request a shipping label, or send in a request for a repair and send us some photos, and we'll take a look at it and give you a custom quote. Those like custom things where it's not like a standard thing like, hey, my charge port has failed, or hey, my front glass is broken. Like those things are a little bit harder to, like, we have to kind of evaluate them case by case because they're not standard repairs. Have you ever built a PC? I have. It's been a while, but I don't do that as much as Preston does. Preston builds lots of PCs. He's the other guy that works here. My lenses are scratched on a Quest 2 or a Quest 3. If your lenses are scratched on a Quest 3, it's kind of a pain to fix those lenses. The Quest 2 lenses are way easier to buff out. You're from Britain? Anybody can send in a device for repair. It kind of depends on what the import-export laws in your area. So I don't want to take your headset if you can't get it back, you know what I mean? I mean, you could send me things, but then it might be hard for you to receive it back. Yeah, I don't recommend WD-40 on the joysticks, just because I don't really feel like it solves the problem. I think in some cases it can help, but you know, there's always the potential to open yourself up to other issues by spraying stuff into your controller. So I just don't make a habit of recommending that. I'm not saying that it can't help. I'm saying that I haven't seen it help. And when I've run experiments on it here on controllers, it's very, very hit or miss. It's not a consistent issue. It's not a consistent solution. Kind of depends on how badly they're damaged and what they're damaged from. But again, that's been really hard for us to pin down. Have you ever had a burned headset? Yeah, lots of them. Charge port melts is a really common thing. The lenses on your Quest 3 are scratched. That's a major bummer, man. I'm sorry. They can be fixed, but it's hard. It's hard to do. I don't recommend doing it. It's not that you can't do it or that you shouldn't do it. You know, I think sometimes people jump into my comments and give me crap because they're like, "Oh, you're just trying to say that people can't repair their own stuff so you can get more money." And it's like, it's not that at all. I promise you, I'm just trying to look out for people. Like, there's lots of repairs I recommend doing because they're not hard. The chances that you're going to like permanently destroy something are pretty low. And lens repair, Quest 3 lens repair is not one of them. Do you use the MetaQuest 3 charging dock? I don't. I have Anchor charging dock that I use. I think it's Anchor. It's something that somebody sent to me. Is plastic glue a good idea to fix it? I wouldn't use any glue on these units. Your tracking does not work on your Quest 3? Like the headset tracking doesn't work? Hey, don't spam. You can just say things once. It's okay. Ryan, calm down. I do lots of videos on how to fix certain things. So if you want, you can go check out my channel. And then if I don't have a certain repair video, then you can always email me. And honestly, like sometimes the easiest thing is like if I don't have a repair video on a certain thing, if you send me your device and it has an issue that I've not covered or done a repair tutorial on yet, then now I can make a video on that issue, you know? So like if I don't have like, I was just say I don't have like broken trigger for Quest Pro controller. Well, if you have a broken trigger on your Quest Pro controller and you send it in to me, now I can make the video on that because, you know, now I have an example of something to fix. So the videos that I try to make are like for the most common repairs, but if it's something really unique, I'll at least do a live stream on it. What's the hardest repair you have done? Gosh, I don't know. It's a tough question. What's the hardest repair, Preston? I did not have a lot of fun doing. I did a charge port repair on a Quest Pro a while back, and those things are miserable to work on.
Quest Pro?
Yeah, the Quest Pros are miserable. I did not like working on those. What's the easiest repair you've done? Joystick drifts. Like just replacing joysticks and controllers is like that's your entry level position around here. You start out doing joysticks on controllers, and then if you do well at that, then you kind of move up the ladder into ring repair, and then if you do really well at controller repairs, then we upgrade you to headset repairs. What do you think the things to worry about are when buying a Quest 3 used? You definitely want to check for connectivity. So you really kind of want to like log in to a headset or go through the setup process and make sure that it connects to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and there's no issues with the controllers connecting to the headset. I see that a lot. You definitely want to be happy with the lenses because they're hard to repair. So if you're buying a used Quest 3 and they kind of have scuffed up lenses and the dude's like, "Oh, don't worry, I watched this video on how to repair that. You can just repair that with PolyWatch. It's only like $10." Don't listen to that person. They're kind of trying to scam you a little bit. It's hard to repair those lenses. The other thing I would check for is I would check for the integrity of the speaker arms. Make sure that there's no cracks around the speaker arms. Make sure that they're not wobbly because those speaker arms on the Quest 3s are really fragile. And then definitely check the charge port and the charging pins and make sure that those work. And then make sure that the volume button works. Those are kind of your basic things. But the easiest way to do a lot of things is just to jump in and play on it for a few minutes. If you're buying a headset from somebody and they won't let you just like kind of jump in and use it for 10 or 15 minutes, then don't buy from that person because they've got something to hide. No reasonable person who's trying to sell you a $500 piece of electronics equipment would expect you not to try it out. Do the MetaQuest 3 lenses get scratched over time, and what can we do to prevent scratches or scuffs? They will get scratches over time if you're not careful. The main thing is just not using like your t-shirt to clean off the lenses. They're really susceptible to getting scratched from like cloths, washcloths, and things that are just rags. So you definitely want to use microfiber to keep those lenses clean. Part two of that is those lens protectors that they make that just kind of like attach to the lenses. Man, those are worth their weight in golds, and they're only like 15 or 20 bucks a set. So if you just buy like a set of those lens protector things for your Quest 3s, you're probably good for life. Your Quest 3 or your Quest 2 fan is loud. Well, they do get loud sometimes. I don't know if you saw, not being rude, but I've been contacting you about fixing my 3S controller. I'm not sure if I saw it or not. We do get a lot of emails, so if we missed your email, you might just shoot us another message. It's possible that we did respond to you, and our message may have gone to your spam folder. So check your spam folder too, because that happens sometimes. Sometimes people reach out to us, and we'll send you an email or we'll send you a shipping label, and then we'll get a call a week later, or maybe we never hear from you again, and it's like, I wonder what happened to that person and why they didn't reach out. And it's well, because our email went to your spam folder and you just never saw our response. So double check. Oh, you already got a replacement? Oh, well. You can always send me a broken 3S controller. I can fix it, and then you'll have a backup. What's the oldest VR headset you own? Probably my oldest VR headset that I own is the CV1. I don't think I've got anything older than that. I want to get one of the developer kit headsets. I'll probably try and get my hands on both those developer kit headsets here in the next... I don't know, couple months, because it'd be fun to do a video on them. Yeah, it wasn't spam. Ah, that does it. That'll get you every time. How much would extra storage cost? I'm not sure what you mean by extra storage. The storage is kind of fixed to the board. Can't really do much about that. But you can upgrade the board. Do you fix WMR headsets? Trick question. I guess I'm not familiar with a WMR headset. Have you done a Quest Pro controller repair, and what repair did you do to it? I've done a bunch of Quest Pro controller repairs. The most common thing with those is they either get a little bit of liquid in them, and that'll cause a short and issues. You can imagine. Probably the most common thing is the cameras get broken. Those 3 tracking cameras that are on the outside, somebody hits that against a wall and breaks one of those cameras, or dislodges it from its cable connection. That causes all sorts of problems. So one of the things that you see on the Quest Pro controllers a lot is that like purple light of death, where it's just perpetually in a firmware update. Most of the time, that is caused by one of those cameras being improperly connected, like it got hit too hard, or the camera's just broken.
WMR is Windows Mixed Reality.
Oh, Windows Mixed Reality. Oh, okay, gotcha. I wasn't picking up on the acronym. But we do repair the HP Reverb G2 headsets, which are kind of Windows Mixed Reality headsets. Yeah. We used to repair a lot of those HPs back in the day. Not so many anymore. What's the email to contact you all? info@fixmyoculus.com. And you can get that straight from our website if you have problems spelling that out or typing it or whatever the situation is. Let's see. Do you guys repair the Apple Vision Pro? I've not repaired an Apple Vision Pro yet, but if somebody wants to send me one that's broken, I would love to take a crack at it. I love fixing new things. Can you modify headsets? Sometimes. Kind of depends on what you mean by modify. I've got the Quest Pro controllers, and every time I turn it on, it won't show in VR. Is that normal? I wouldn't say it's normal. Normal is the things that it's supposed to be doing. So if it's doing something it's not supposed to be doing, then it's probably not normal. You're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Ivan, it's info@fixmyoculus.com, but you can always check out our website as well. It's a good place to visit us. My left Quest 2 controller is replaced thumbstick twice. Both times it's developed stick drift again in different directions shortly after. Do you know probably why this is? It might have something to do with the way that you're playing. That's probably the best advice that I could give you. It's either something's getting in there repeatedly, like you're just sweating a lot, and it's shorting something out inside the joystick and it's causing issues, or you're just playing really heavy and just being really rough on those joysticks. I see that a lot. Do you know where I can get one? By the way, one time I saw the clear cover on the headset. I don't remember. It showed the fan and all the good stuff. Do you know where I can get one? I don't. I've looked into it. I'm trying to have somebody work on the clear faceplate covers. I have a prototype that's supposed to be headed my way later next week. So hopefully I can do a video on that. And we can start to get those out to you guys. It would be really cool to have those. Please answer. What's your most difficult repair you've done on a Quest 3? Most difficult repair? I don't know. I've done so many of them now. They all blur together. I really don't like doing the liquid damage things on the Quest 3s. The speaker arms are not a whole lot of fun. If you're trying to repair your Quest 3 at home and it's got a broken speaker arm, that's not a repair I would start with. Let's say that. And then the lens refurbishment thing, that is not a lot of fun either. I highly caution against doing that yourself if at all possible. What do we get?
It's them. It's the GPUs I'm missing.
Oh, nice. What luck.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, don't spam, guys. Are you going to make a company that makes Oculus repair parts? I have a company that makes Oculus repair parts. It's called fixmyoculus.com. You can just buy Oculus repair parts right on our website. What are you doing to the Quest 2? Well, this Quest 2 had broken speaker arms. So instead of swapping in both of these, which would take me a long time, I'm just changing out the whole shell. It saves me a little bit of time, which means that the customer saves money. On the Quest 3, is it possible to offset the LCD panel positions, not with the normal trim wheel? Looking straight in, need to move only the right side LCD a little to the right. You would have to actually get in there and manipulate the gear mechanism. It is technically possible, but it would be quite laborious to do that. The Quest 3, here, I'm going to grab one for you just so I can show you. Hold on. So actually this is one that I removed a lens from, so you guys can see that convex mirror underneath there. See that? So this one's got the lens on it, and then that's that convex mirror that reflects the light. See how everything's upside down? My hand's upside down. So when the lens catches that, then it turns it right side up. But anyway, back to your question. So the lenses are they sit on this rod with this gear mechanism. So if you wanted to adjust it so that like this one was further to the left or this one was further to the right, then you could definitely do that. You would just need to take these out and then reset them to where you wanted them so that when you spun it all the way in, it was at a certain distance and a certain position. And then when you spun it all the way out, it'd be at a certain distance and a certain position. It's definitely possible. The question is, I'm not sure how the software would handle that because, you know, the IPD adjustment kind of has its own preset things, but it's mechanically possible. So, hey, could I possibly sell my MetaQuest 3 to you guys? It's stuck in a boot loop and I can't fix it. You guys can use it for parts. Yeah, just if you guys ever want to sell broken stuff, you can just email us, info@fixmyoculus.com, or you can reach out on our website and send us some pictures, and we can kind of give you like a rough purchase price on what we would buy things for. So yeah, it's a really easy way to make some money back if you're not using your headset or you break it. You're just going to get a new one anyway. That works for controllers too. If you got controllers that are just laying around because you broke them, you can just send those in to us. There's some problems with the positioning here. There we go. How many headsets do you think that you've repaired? I don't know, man. Thousands. Like, you know, eight or 10 a day, every day for like a couple years now. I mean, we've been doing this for about 4 years, but I've really been doing this like full time for like 2 years. So it's a lot. I'm just asking what happened to it. This headset had a damaged speaker arm. We're just kind of putting this back together. Christine said, please answer. Why won't my Quest 2 turn on when I try to turn it on, even when I press the buttons and try to reset the menu? Christine, my follow-up question to you is, if you plug the headset in via USB-C, do you get any light indication in the LED? Like if I plug it in here, does this light turn on? Christine, please answer. Can I trade my working Quest 2 for a Quest 3? It would probably like not be an even trade. No. If this light doesn't light up, Christine, when this is plugged in, then that means that your charge port is bad. Either your charge port is bad or something's going on with your board, because power from here is not going to the rest of the board. Because if it was, you'd get some sort of LED indication. So, Christine, I hope that answered your question. You can send that in for repair, by the way. It's really common. Charge port failure on the Quest 2s is like, it's one of the most common things. Which headset do you like the most to work on the most? For what is the most interesting to you? Probably the 3s. I really like working on the 3s right now, just because they provide some interesting challenges. The 2s are like, I've done so many 2s, it's boring. Like, I can just sit here and talk to you guys and not even, like, I'm not even really paying attention to what I'm doing because I've done it so many times. But the 3s, every now and then I still get some challenges on the 3s that I don't expect because they're still kind of new. Do you know about the hidden charge control option that can see the Quest ready for shipping? It will drain the battery to 70% for shipping. No, I'm not familiar with that, RC Healy's. Hidden charge control option. Tell me more about that. Is it fun experience fixing headsets? I mean, I have fun with it. I have more fun talking to you guys, though. Talking to you guys is what makes that's what makes it fun for me. So I get to make these videos and talk to you guys about it. Alrighty. And it's almost testing time, everybody. Can I sell my working Quest 2? Yeah, probably. If you want to sell it to us, you could just reach out on our website. If you guys have any VR hardware that you're trying to sell, working or not working, you can just send us an email about it and somebody will let you know. Oops. Factory reset won't work. Stuck on boot loop for Quest 3. Manual US update work through the website either. Should I let it die out and try again or keep it on the charge? If you got a boot loop on the Quest 3 and you're not having any luck after the factory reset, you probably have a broken camera sensor. That's why you're getting the boot loop. Either you have some sort of liquid damage that's in there that's causing one of the peripheral hardware components to fail out before the system can boot up, or one of the peripheral hardware components like the camera, the depth sensor, the microphone, or the volume button has failed due to something like impact damage. It's very, very common. Outside of this job, do you play VR very much, and what's your favorite game? I don't play it as much as I used to, but when I do get a chance to play, I really like Blade and Sorcery, and Zero Caliber is also very fun. I keep hearing really good things about Contractors, but I've not jumped into that. And then I've not finished the Batman Arkham game, and I really want to play that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Where did my Quest 2 sensor go? Gosh, I'm always misplacing these things. I have a little dummy proximity sensor that I keep on hand, so I don't have to use the whole face shield, but I've misplaced it. It's lost. Lost forever. Oh well. I played Batman Arkham Shadow, and I'd say it's a 10 out of 10. That's good to know. I really want to jump into it and do the whole thing. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm a big Batman person, so big Batman fan. Do you repaste the SoC? Do I repaste the SoC? Like the processor? No, I don't repaste the processor. It's not necessary. What we got going on here? Do you sell refurbished? No, I don't really sell refurbished units. Well, maybe there's something wrong with this. Let's take a look here. Have you ever fixed the 3S? Yeah, we fixed lots of 3Ss. I mean, not like as many as the 2s and the 3s, but several. Yeah, we're not getting a charge light on that, so something's wrong with our charge port here. Have you ever fixed a 3S? Yeah, we fixed 3Ss. I have a whole teardown video, actually, about it. How do I send my MetaQuest 3 into you? So you can just check out our website. We have a free shipping label request form. So you can just request a shipping label right on our website. And then somebody will send you a shipping label, and then you can send it in that way. It's pretty cool. I've watched your videos about the Quest 3 lens. Do you think it's going to be available on the market, the lenses, one of these days? I doubt it. The Quest parts, Meta never makes those available. The Quest lenses and stuff, like LCDs, motherboards, the only things that we've ever been able to acquire are like donor parts. So that's what we use for our repairs. It's just donor parts. And then as those units become a little bit more common, there's more donors. So we can kind of make those more available on our website. But no, they will never be available in mass production because that's just not how Meta operates. Hey man, how much would it cost to fix a Quest 2 controller, or would it be better to just buy a new one? I'd say most of the time Quest 2 controller repair averages about anywhere between 35 and 45 bucks, but it just kind of depends on how much damage is done to the unit. So some are better than others. How are people even breaking these headsets? Yeah, I ask the same question all the time. They're really durable units, so, but they take a lot of abuse too. Just kind of the nature of VR, I think. Clear my workspace out here a little bit. I have a broken trigger button on my 3S controller. Just a question, how much would it cost to get it fixed? Broken trigger button on the Quest 3S controller, probably like 35 bucks. It's not a really expensive repair because the parts are not super expensive and the labor is about the same across controller repairs. So I'm gonna ballpark it at 35 bucks. Sometimes my Quest controllers won't turn on or recognize the inputs till I reseat the batteries. Could be the batteries you're using. Could be a problem with the battery controller compartment. It's really hard to say. I really wanted to finish this repair for you guys, but I'm about due for a break. We've been going for about an hour now. So I think what I'll do is I think I'll get this charge port taken out, and then we'll get we'll get this all the way torn down and torn out, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more tomorrow. The Hall effect sticks are not available for the Quest controllers. The problem with the Hall effect sticks is that the trigger and the grip button, like the side trigger and the front trigger, both use Hall effect. They both use magnets. So you can't put another Hall effect sensor in the controller. They're too close together, and it wouldn't work. But I'm trying to find a way to run an experiment on that, but I still have to find a Hall effect joystick that has the right pinout for the Quest 2, and that's been kind of the issue. All right. Well, we're about halfway done with this repair. I kind of wanted to get it wrapped up and buttoned up for you guys, but I have got to eat something. We've been doing this for a little over an hour now, and before that I was editing videos. So, and then we did that Quest 3 repair too. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you haven't had a chance to check out my latest video where we drop test the Quest 2, please go do that. It was a really fun video to make. And I don't know, it's just a fun video. You know, if you wanted to ever see how much abuse a Quest 2 can take, it's, you know, you'll educate yourself on it. But anyways, please go check that out. Leave me a comment, maybe a suggestion for the next video that we should do. I'm thinking like water damage or sun damage, or maybe drop testing a Quest 3. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for hanging out.